Yo, what's up, Blackish fam? I hope all is well in your corner of the world. Man, we've gotten a lot of requests. A lot of people have messaged me like, yo, have you ever checked out any MFDOOM? I haven't. I don't know anything about Doom. I haven't really been in the underground hip hop scene like that. I know a lot of people reference him. I know he wears that mask, that Master Shredder mask. But someone in the comment section recently said, yo, you got to check out Figaro. Figaro, right? So, yo, let's check it out. I don't really know anything about the artist. But hopefully we can catch some of his wordplay and see what he's talking about here. So let's get me out of the way. Now, I try to use a more reliable source for lyrics. This was a YouTube group called Highlighted, where they highlight the rhyme scheme in the lyrics. So hopefully that could give us I hate when I'm doing like an A$AP Rock video. I'm right in the middle of it. I'm like, I could have swore he said tiny, but there it's saying something else. And so hopefully this video is on point. Let's get right into it. MFDOOM Figaro. Doom. Rest in peace, Doom.
Is empty with no brain, but the clever nerd, the best MC with no chain you ever heard.
Ooh.
Take it from the Tech 9 holder.
Well, yeah, before we go, he's starting to get into, I see it's going to be one of those, he's probably extremely dense, right, lyrically. Which is good. We like that on this channel. But let's start with Figaro, right? What I know about Figaro, and we're going to see if that goes to what he's talking about, because it could be a play on the word too, right? Figaro, Figaro, Figaro. It comes from the Barber of Seville. In fact, I think that Figaro actually literally means barber. But this is a play. Now, this was something that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, now I don't know the story entirely, but I think it's a love triangle. And at the time, it was very sensitive because it's technically it's servants rising up above their master. But I think the master has a thing for one of the servants' girls. So let's let it ride a bit, but that's what I know about the original play. Outside of like Tom and Jerry, right? They did this once on showing my age there with Tom and Jerry.
The rest is empty with no brain, but the clever nerd, the best MC with no chain you ever heard.
Ooh, there's some wordplay there too, right? Because there's what's called a Figaro chain. That I believe is like when you have a symbol, let's say an oval, and then two circles, and then you do an oval, 3 circles, oval, 2 circles, oval, 3 circles. I believe it's a pattern like that on a chain, but he could be referencing that because he's just with the wordplay, right? The best MC with no chain you ever heard, right? Most MCs, they're talking about hose, rims, weed, big chains. He's kind of setting the stage, right?
With no brain, but the clever nerd, the best MC with no chain you ever heard. Take it from the Tech 9 holder. David don't know their neck.
A Tech 9 holder. He's talking about a Tech 9 is a semi-automatic weapon. It's a military machine gun, if you would.
You ever heard? Take it from the Tech 9 holder. David don't know their neck shine from Shinola.
No, your neck shine from Shinola. Shinola was a name. It was basically boot polish. But it really became, when people say you're ignorant, they're like, you don't know shit from Shinola, right? I think that's what he's getting at there.
David don't know their neck shine from Shinola. Everything that glitter ain't fish scale. Let me think.
No.
Don't let her.
Basically, like what the normal saying is, everything that glitters is not gold, and all the gold is not reality. Well, that's from Kanye's version of that. But he's basically saying like the attractive external appearance of something, it's not a true indication of its true nature, right? It could be very different. Everything that glitters is not gold.
Shine from Shinola. Everything that glitter ain't fish scale. Let me think. Don't let let her faint, get Ishmael. A shot of Jack.
Who's Ishmael?
It's not an act stack. Forgot about the cackalack, holler back, clack, clack, blocker.
That gunshot.
Heart chopper, chart topper, start shit stopper, be a smart shopper. Shot
right.
Cop day around the way, bout to stable. Who to know is two motor. Wonder where the shooter go. Bout to jet, get him, not a bet, bet him. Let him spit the venom, said him, got a lot of shit with him. Let the rhythm hit him. Stronger in the other voice, we makes the joints that make him spread them butter moist, man.
Ooh.
Stage made a pan.
Yo, his flow is sick. It's definitely an old school kind of, sounds like a 90s hip hop flow. Now, there's a big difference though. I was just doing a breakdown with Aesop Rock. We were doing Dorks a few minutes ago. And the one thing I like about Aesop Rock is even though his rhyme scheme is incredibly complex, his vocabulary keeps you on your toes, there's always meaning. I guess it's like it's hard to express, but it's more like a continuous thought almost. But it makes sense. I don't know that, and I don't know a lot about MFDOOM. Maybe this is not the right song to be going right. Maybe this is one of those songs that doesn't have a lot of context, but he's saying some things that they rhyme together, but it's I don't know, it's not as deep as Aesop. But we're only a few seconds in. Let's let it ride.
Let him spit the venom, said him, got a lot of shit with him. Let the rhythm hit him. Stronger in the other voice, we make
still good.
That make him spread them butter moist, man. Please, stage made of panties. From the age of baby hoochies on to the grannies.
Okay, so he's saying a lot there, right? He said the stage is made of panties. So what is he saying? It's there's a lot of chicks in the game, right? He said from baby hoochies to grannies. So it sounds like all sorts of ladies he's messing with or seeing them grow.
And please, stage made of panties. From the age of baby hoochies on to the grannies. Band me the dough rake. Daddy, the flow make her fatty shake. Patty cake for fake. If he was Anita Baker's man, he'd take her for her masters. Hit it once and shake her hand.
Ooh.
Thank you, ma'am. And
we gotta run that back. He's talking about Anita Baker, right? It almost is. He said he's using the old nursery rhyme, right? Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it, prick it, and mark it with a B. Bake it in the oven for baby and me, right? But he's also playing off Anita Baker, who's a songwriter. A lot of you probably don't know her if you're in your 20s or 30s, but Anita Baker, she's probably born in the 50s, I want to say, earliest 60s. She was one of the most powerful but really popular singers. Really soulful music. I believe it was late, maybe 80s was her kind of peak. But then he said if he was Anita Baker's man, I'd take her for her masters. It's talking about like the ownership of her music, right? Hit it once and shake her hand. And then what he say? Thank you, ma'am, and then ghost her. Never talk to her again, right? Funny thing is, back in 2021, she actually got credit. She got access to her masters for her first few albums, and I don't know the role that he played, but Chance the Rapper actually helped her in getting her masters back, which is really, the only way towards true wealth is on ownership of your own material, especially intellectual material. But, shout out Chance the Rapper for helping someone that he probably saw as an idol when he was growing up. Let's run it back a little.
Man, he take her for her masters. Hit it once and shake her hand. Want some old thank you, ma'am, and ghost her. She can mind the toaster if she signed the poster. A whole host of...
She can mind the toaster if she signed the poster. Okay, I'm thinking the toaster. I'm thinking like an urban... It would be the pistol, right? He already said he's walking around with a 9. If she signed the poster... She can mind the toaster if she signed the poster. She can mind... It wouldn't make sense, though. Like, you hold my gun so you can sign this poster. Doesn't necessarily make sense. But he could be referring to she can mind the toaster as if you can mind your business in the kitchen. Um, and just she said, just sign the poster that we can use to keep bringing money in. If I were to, what did he say, for fate, right? He said if I was to need a baker's man, I'd take her for her masters. Means he's coming up on her, right? Hit it once and shake her hand. So he's not really interested in her. He's interested in the come up off her. He said, "Oh, thank you, ma'am. I'm a ghoster." He could be saying like, "Stay in the kitchen, mind the toaster." But if you sign the poster, let me know in the comment section if there's anything that how you might interpret that, or if you guys are coming up with something different. I'm thinking the way that they mine the toaster is going to play a big role in breaking this down. But maybe even sign the poster. Maybe I'm thinking of a literal poster of herself that she's signing. So let me know what your thoughts are on that.
And ghoster. She can mind the toaster if she signed the poster. A whole host of roller coaster riders, not enough tracks, hot enough black, it's too hot to handle. You got blue sandals, who shot you, who got you, new spots to vandal. Do not stand still, boast your skills close, but no krills, toast got you, not enough black, it's too hot to handle. You got blue sandals, who shot you.
Blue sandals. Now, if you dream about blue sandals, there's a reference, right, to, I believe they say freedom. But it doesn't sound like this is a dream. It's too hot to handle. You got blue sandals. Let's just let it ride. See if we can get the context.
Hot enough black, it's too hot to handle. You got blue sandals, who shot you, who got you, new spots to vandal. Do not stand still, boast your skills close, but no krills. Toast for polils, post no bills. Coast to coast, Joe Smoes flows ill. Go chill, not supposed to overdose, no dose pills. Off pride tykes, talk wide, you scar me off sides.
Did he just reference pride, right? Like a group of lions, and then say Scar, who's the uncle of Simba and the Lion King, right? The brother of Mufasa, right?
With those no dose pills. Off pride tykes, talk wide, you scar me off sides, like how Wolf ride with Starfleet.
Ooh, sick reference. He just did the Lion King reference, but he said offsides, like how Worf rides with Starfleet. He's talking about the Star Trek Enterprise, right? Worf is the Klingon with the ugly forehead, and how it's ironic how he's riding with the Starfleet, right? Just excellent wordplay there.
Why you scar me off sides, like how Worf ride with Starfleet. Told ya, on some get rich shit. As he gets older, he gets colder than a witch tit. This is it, make no mistakes. Where my nigga go? Figaro. My rhymes attack. A scary act, all black like Miss Mary Mac.
Yo, he's referencing another nursery rhyme, right? Mary Mac, Miss Mary Mac, Miss. Oh no, it's one of those Miss Mary Mac. All dressed in black, with silver buttons, all down her back. She asked her mother for 50 cents to see the elephants jump over the fence. They jumped so high, they reached the sky. They never came back to the 4th of July, right? You do everything 3 times. So Miss Mary Mac, I've heard different things. I've heard that Miss Mary Mac was actually a performer in a circus. That's why there's that verse about the elephants, right? It's reference to the animals in the show, right? Ask her mother for 50 cents to see the elephants jump over the fence, right? But there's other theories that this is part of a ship or a river, right? A lot of people think that Mary Mac is referring to the USS Mary Mac, which is a warship that runs on the Merrimack River. So I've heard both versions, and obviously, depending on where you are in the world, that nursery rhyme gets a little different depending on how hood your hood is, right? So I don't know exactly, but he's saying, all black, like Miss Mary Mac. Maybe that's what he's how he rolls. I don't know. Let's let it ride.
Attack, a scary act, all black like Miss Mary Mac. Wait till you see him live on the piano. Doom sings soprano like una dociano. Blast him, pass for her glass of OE.
Now, I think that's a nursery rhyme as well. I'm not too familiar with the Spanish version, but uno, dos is like 1, 2. Iano with 1, 2 in year, or dosiano. That's not Spanish, so that might be Italian. But let's let it ride.
I know my mama told me, blasphemy, pass for her glass of OE.
Old English, that malt liquor.
Sure use a quick shot of double rum, no stick of bubble gum. I like ice cream, we could skip the wedding. Have a nice dream, she only let him stick her head in.
Different, definitely different. I like it. It's different. The lyrics are there. The wordplay is there. He's definitely riding the beat. I just don't know enough about the artist to appreciate the music. Some of it, I caught some of the references, but it was definitely more complex than I thought. If you guys are fans of MFDOOM or know any of his songs that might have more of a meaning, it might show me more of his skill set, man, let me know. I'll definitely check out some more of Doom and try to learn a little bit about him as well. I'm really, this is actually the first song I've heard of his. So let me know if there's something I should check out, anything you recommend, and show some love. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll continue getting into his catalog, and we'll put it in the MFDOOM folder that we have, where we have breakdowns of everyone from J. Cole, Toby Wigway, Logic, Aesop Rock, and we do breakdowns of the most lyrically dense music we can find. So if you guys are fans, man, show some love. We'll see you on the next video.